Hello, everybody. I have an excellent show for you today. I have someone, Mr. Ronald Carter, who is just an amazing man, who is father, husband, author, powerful at work, powerful at thought, powerful at writing. He's going to teach every single one of us. We're going to learn a lot today. And I'm thrilled and honored to have Mr. Ronald Carter here. And I'm going to let him share with you. He's going to teach life story and some of his just thought to make the world a better place. How are you?
Fantastic.
Sir, you are amazing. I read that book, and I also want to take time to honor you because not only are you an author and outstanding, but your work in the city is not easy. We know how it is. And you win plaques and you have just contribute to society in all different types of ways. Now,
yes.
I know even before we get to the book that will take up all the time, tell me about how come you received this wonderful plaque?
Well, I believe it's just for the fact that I survived 16 years of city bus in Staten Island. The borough of Staten Island is a member of the 5 boroughs, but it's another world. You know, the stuff that goes on in Staten Island is incredible.
Okay.
And
plus the ferry to get there and stuff like that's a whole lot of traveling.
And this is the only borough that you have to pay. Can you imagine you have to pay to go home? Even if you live in Staten Island, you have to pay to go home.
That's incredible.
When I originally went out there, the people there, I don't know, they felt, well, it's only $4.85. This is what the person told me, and I was saying, but listen, you're a member of the 5 boroughs, and a token, you can go any other borough, but here, you have to pay to go home. Yeah. If you drive, it's $4.85.
The toll.
That's the toll on the Verrazano if you a resident. The residents, you know, get a discount.
Wow, that's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I always just jumped on that Staten Island, that ferry, and
that's the freeway.
Yeah.
Any other means of transportation, you have to pay. You have to pay the toll. It was in the past you had to pay the toll to go into Staten Island, and you could leave for free.
Okay.
Across the Verrazano, but I don't know, has it occurred? They want to break up the $19 to, you know, what is it, $9.50, $9.50.
Oh, I see.
This is the highest toll bridge in the United States. Everywhere else in the world, once the bridge is paid for, the toll goes down to the bare minimum to maintain, not the Verrazano.
Okay, we learned something. I told you this man is just going to teach us so many things. But now the reason why we really actually have him here, because he can teach us so much. Tell me about this book that you wrote and created. The title of it, tell everybody so we can get out there. Get out there and get this book.
Only women can save the world, okay? I constructed this in, I guess it was 90 days. It was just me venting from seeing the big picture in which women, you're fluid. The chance, the opportunity for you to obtain and gain every and anything you want was right there. Every woman who voted in 2016 was supposed to vote for the woman just to get even. After 150 years, they didn't let you vote at all. Yes. At all.
And that is just so sad and so criminal. And the idea that you're a man, a strong man, father, husband, you know, that you come forward with this reality that everything you said, that's facts. Well, why do you think that women, were they afraid? But tell me what you think.
I think it was more of the endless brainwashing which they've been subject to, because reality, here it is, nothing greater than mother. I mean, this is based on, you know, my mother raised 3 boys in the 60s. And because of the 14 years in which I was in fear of this woman, it made me a better person.
Absolutely.
I was never absent, never late. My entire school, Mom, I'm tired. You're going out of here.
You're going to school. Yeah.
I'm going to you. And the second time that was said, I wasn't tired, I wasn't sick no more. And again, no breaks. I mean, there's no raising of children today. You train them from the beginning. Because if you don't, look what has happened. We have kids. We have kid parents. Come on.
Yeah.
How can this happen? I mean, how can you say you're negotiable? My mother wasn't negotiable. She never, go to the store, I'll buy you something. Those words were never said. Bring my change and the receipt. She's going to count the change, and if the change is a penny. Ronald, I got everything on the list.
Well, she's teaching you, prioritizing.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're not a thief.
Exactly.
Make sure that you know how to count.
That's
All
right.
of these things that are essential in lifetime.
Right.
I want to say that they are responsible to make sure that their children have education. Not playing around with that is something that is a must.
Listen, and
Making sure that they're safe.
You are as good as your floor plan. Give you a case in point, like in the book, I found a chain. This is in 1968. I found a chain. Everybody had the chains with the keys. Threw the keys away. Ma, I want some keys. Boy, you don't need no keys to the house. Oh, so you want to be like all these other kids? Okay, I'm going to give you some keys. You lose them. And, I had the keys for like 3 weeks, styling, shaking them and, doing all the, professional things. Then I'm swinging in the swings, not paying attention. How could I explain to this woman I was late for lunch? I'm not supposed to go outside for lunch. I jumped out of the swings, and that's when I lost the keys. But
Swinging in the swing
Swinging
when you're
in the
supposed to
swing.
be in school. Oh, you mean it was like a recess? You wasn't cutting class. It was like a little recess.
Like at lunchtime, they let you
okay.
hang in the yard.
So let's make it clear. You wasn't cutting class.
No,
it was
no,
just a little break.
I'm just taking advantage of, the lunch
outside,
period.
yeah. Plus, you're a guy. You like to play.
ran back up there and couldn't find the keys. Yeah, listen, I don't know about you, but I listened, honored, and obeyed every command of my mother. So I wrote the letter. Ma, I lost the keys and I'm not ready to die, so I ain't coming home. And I gave the letter to my younger brother.
That would make everybody laugh, that part right there.
Yeah. I gave that to my younger brother, and I went to the after-school center, and, oh, you playing? I said, in my mind, I'm saying, what I'm going to do at 5 o'clock when this thing closed, And in about 45 minutes, Ma said she ain't going to kill you. You can come home. What? I thought, hold up. This woman never gets no breaks. Is this really going to happen? I come to the door. I listen. Make sure the commercials are off. The stories are on. Walked right by her. She said nothing. I was like, what? What? This woman is going to forgive me? Of course not. You know procedure. You take your school clothes off and you put on your play clothes. As soon as she heard that zipper, didn't I tell you I was going to kill you? Kick my. I have not lost nothing since. Okay. You don't lose no essentials. You don't lose no keys. You don't lose no money.
Well, the keys, even to this day, as we develop, we have to have our keys to our place to get in.
Yeah, exactly.
If we have cars, these are essential things.
Essentials.
If we lose those keys, we're in for a headache and a crisis.
In 1968, she was implanting that. Like,
it's serious.
This is a priority.
Yeah.
You don't lose no essentials.
Yeah.
And because of that beating, I have not.
Yeah.
So, my mother was not, a woman of, let's say, violence or nothing of that
I understand.
sort. She
but to her
just,
3 boys, her sons, she wanted them to be men and be responsible.
And listen.
I understand.
Like clockwork. And she did not, single out one. When she chastised all 3. Give you a case in point. You set your clothes out the night before because you got 10 minutes in the bathroom. Now, when she checked, if my tie wasn't there, Rod, Ronald, Tim never called us out of order.
Right.
It was always Rod, Ronald, Tim. He's all, you talk about a perfectionist. We would have to come. What I tell you about this tie? Scold us. Rules are set. They are supposed to be followed. Simple as that. It's not a matter of question.
Yeah.
This is what has to be done, and you do it.
In a sense, it's just like how when parents take time to send their kids to private school, they have to wear the uniform. No questions asked. The school says you wear the uniform, so forth and so forth and so forth. That's it. No questions asked. If there's a problem or if there's a question, the school will tell you, hey, you got to find another school.
Yes.
So this is a private school, and we insist that they wear uniform, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and there
And the
shouldn't be
same
nothing
way,
wrong with that.
yeah. And at that time, back in those days, college was like that.
Yeah.
Preppy and this and that.
Exactly.
And you know that.
But
all these lessons.
We've gone away from the basic parenting. You know what I mean? You are as good as your parenting. You know what I mean? Because you represent your parents. You know,
And your family at large.
all this. And it's like, yo, so why is it you look at what's happening today? Universal ban on abortion. Now, that's
insane.
incredible. I mean,
It's
you mean
insane.
to tell me something that was created 50 years ago to this is my assessment, that gives a woman an opportunity to correct a mistake, per se, be it rape, incest, or her life, should be banned because I am man. Is this the reason? Do women retaliate? Do women say, young man, we started this at 8 and it's 8:03 and you finished? I'm calling the police to have you arrested for insufficient service. Women don't do that. I've never heard that happening. I've never heard that happen. But yet,
That's
here
true.
it is. You as a male think that you can, and not only to insult a woman, you want to insult anyone involved. Oh, a $10,000 bounty on the cab driver for transporting you to a facility.
It's just crazy.
Yes, I mean, and who are making these assessments?
What
these,
kind of men are these that are doing this?
This is the
Because
question.
they don't want that to happen to their daughter.
Or
they
your
don't
mother.
want nobody happen to their mother.
Exactly.
A good person wouldn't even want to have that happen to their wife or their girlfriend.
Yes.
If the doctor tells them, listen, this child here is risky, it's going to cost the life,
Yes.
automatically that
Terminated.
person, yeah, absolutely,
Keep me alive.
And I don't believe in getting rid of, but
Me neither. Me neither.
But,
Me neither.
but at the same time, this is my significant other here. This is
Right.
my wife here.
Right, exactly.
We can have more children. This particular children is not in the right spot.
Exactly.
Listen,
Exactly.
we're supposed to, as a man and my husband, you're supposed to look after me
Exactly.
and protect me.
That's right.
Otherwise, and just forget it, the ones that are sick, these sick men that are grabbing little children and giving them 12 years old and 11 years old.
Yes.
They don't know if the little girl had a menstrual or whatever.
Exactly.
Grabbing her or taking abuse of her, whether it be
I mean,
teachers or people that are in a higher level that have access to children and young
Yes.
minds. And I hate to say that empowered that actually believe that the man has a right to tell a woman have kids no matter what. You do what we say and that.
Yeah.
That's just as bad as being a dictator over in third world countries where they allow people who can eat, who can't eat, who can travel, who can't travel,
Yeah.
who can have money and wealth, who can't.
Right. Exactly.
And for the life of me, because you made it so clear in the book, I mean, it's just such a travesty.
Exactly.
Who in their right mind would not feel that that goes against any type of faith or any type of humanitarian ideas that they were born or practiced in faith, whether they went to Jewish faith or Christianity in any type of frame? How would they think that that would be something that can do?
Yes.
This day and age.
And exactly. Especially when you look at what our system, our democracy per se.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, our democracy have cut it down.
Yes.
But our
exactly.
democracy is not in control. That's the
Exactly.
problem.
Exactly.
We're supposed to be in control, but we're not.
We're not. I mean, and these things that you have in writing, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by that creator.
Yeah.
Satan, you have this stuff in writing,
Yeah.
and we're supposed to read this and believe this and
Yeah.
conduct
And we don't do
ourselves.
it.
And we don't. We
Yes.
don't. What we saw, case in point, 1/6, when we show the Million Man March and 1/6 together in their entirety, then we know what's happening really in America. Because America, how could that have happened? I mean, according to what we hear, the black representation is the worst representation, and yet did they really assemble on 10/16/1979 in Washington and no windows were broken? No arrest was made? No, this couldn't have happened. Because what we saw on 1/6, I saw the commercial, the guy, the Republican representative saying that the people were conducting themselves like tourists. But yet, next to the carnage was going on and they showing it. Then they showed this same individual who said this trying to barricade the door with this big table. The same individual, they showed him behind a Secret Service guy with the gun. And I'm saying to myself, are you saying this because you want people to believe you are not Stevie Wonder, right? You want people to believe you're not Stevie Wonder because what you're saying is happening is not happening and you can't see. Come on. It's just like, realistically, every Republican official other than Liz Cheney and her father, Dick Cheney, on 1/6/2022, those were the only two Republican representatives showing up. So the rest of y'all,
Yeah. Well,
what, you're saying that 1/6 didn't
I
happen?
kicked Cheney off because she was too open and she was too adamant about the punishment what was required.
Is that a fact that Liz Cheney is the only, what is it, white woman in America who's not just scared of Donald Trump? Could that be? Or she's the only woman who respects right from wrong, you know what I mean? And look what you do. Is this the male leadership? You're blackballed her, a career politician.
Yeah, got her. She's out.
Out, totally.
Well,
So-
the first thing they said was they were gonna kill Pelosi. You know, let's kill Pelosi.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you think about that?
This shows the, what is it? My friend told me, the militias. If you well, according to what we know presently, until another Republican president is elected, the Republican Party is still under DJT song. Okay.
Which is make up lies, fantasize,
I mean,
and support hate. And discriminate against people, immigrants,
women, immigrants,
the women
everything.
Especially because the
Yeah.
women are the ones coming over, bringing their kids, to give their kids a good life.
I mean, it's
Of course.
and then representation. I mean, you talk about facts, not fiction. I recall an incident, a tweet. I had no knowledge of the meeting at Trump Tower. The next day, not next week, the very next day, the tweet was, the meeting at Trump Tower was to get information on an adversary. And I'm saying, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up. You said yesterday you had no knowledge of it, but today you said you have knowledge and you're getting the information on the adversary. Hold up. You have this in tweet writing. So, another fake news story, you know, along with the last number I heard was 2,872 confirmed lies. Come on now.
Yeah. Oh, that millions and millions of lies.
Exactly.
Still lying now. Most of the Republicans that actually ran for, re-election this year, all went with the story that the Biden stole. It was all a cheat. It was all actual facts. Nobody proved evidence that, and this lie is still going on strong, as if, which is one of the reasons why I hate to say it, that democracy, we even lost a few seats, I believe, in New York.
Yes. We have to
Over
question
lies.
it. We have to question it.
Actual proof that they're lies, and these people are so foolish.
Yes.
They still don't vote. They were able to convince a very large population.
Very large.
Very large, and it's just disgusting to make them think that the people that are going for democracy are more of I'm trying to think of the word, people that don't want people to be free. That's the best way to put it.
That's it, exactly.
And that is so far over from the truth.
Right.
But anybody with any type of common sense would know that that's not true.
Of course. Of course.
Because as you see now in the last 5 or 10 years, you see blacks, you see Orientals, you see Spanish, you see everybody in this world being able to make a part. You're seeing in the movie theaters now. You're seeing on TV now. All people from everywhere, all walks. There's got to be a reason for that.
Exactly.
Because if we went back just 50 years, that wasn't the case at all.
At all.
What
At
we
all.
saw back 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, or them Caucasian people being black people, being Spanish people, being Chinese people, being a thing. And what is just really terrible is that they raise their hand and swear to take the oath.
Oh. Yeah.
And all of them should just have their hands just cut off.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Just cut off. They shouldn't even have been allowed to run.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly.
Because now every time we take 3 steps forward,
Right.
we take 20 steps back.
Exactly.
Now, what this whole thing was about initially was to strike down women, making sure they can't vote again, making sure that they could do like they used to do in 50, 60 years ago. Make them sterile.
And pregnant and all that.
Or
even
keep them
that.
sterile now because
yeah.
they want a population that's not all of these different people.
Exactly.
They don't want all of these different people.
No.
And as we all starting to come along, even though you got to remember, they used to outlaw marriage to this one, to Spanish,
Right.
or the black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the Oriental. That was a no-no.
That was
against the law.
Exactly.
But now, since we're all getting together, we're all marrying who we want for love.
Exactly.
And just face it, they will destroy the homosexual activity.
Oh, by far, man.
That what means nothing to them. The fact that a man and a man have adopted a child and raising it and fine, or a woman and a woman. All of these things to make more hate.
Right.
So that people can't live their lives.
Yes.
So that people could be
so present today.
So that people could be stoned or killed for hatred.
Yeah.
They want all of these things to happen that used to happen down in the village where people could just get killed and stabbed and murdered and stuff like that. And then, what would they tell the police? Oh, we just got rid of some of the problems.
Some of the problems.
Let's put them all in a. What did they say? Let's put them all. They all need to go into concentration camps. So we could straighten them out.
Yeah.
If they don't learn, if they don't get straightened out, then we'll just curtain for all of those thousands and thousands of people. Which would, in my opinion, well, we have to wind things up. We just touched on
so many things.
But we have to bring you back, Mr. Ronald Carter,
Definitely,
because your book has, and I can tell you, it's not that many pages, but it's so powerful and so profound that we have to do another show. So this we're going to consider part one.
Part one. Yes.
As I consider your mind a thinking craft that this world, the questions that this world has to answer. We need women to not be afraid.
That's right.
Raise their children no matter who says don't.
Right.
Raise your children to the best of your ability. And hopefully make them get the education so that raises them too. The proper teachers.
That's it. That's
you
it.
know,
That's
the
it.
proper religious instruction that you put forth for them. Let them get all these things, because knowledge is power. This is one thing that Mr. Ronald Carter inspired him to put this book together, because of the knowledge that he's obtained in his life and what he actually sees, his determination to point out the negativity that goes on with women and the fear that women can make this world better.
That's right. That's right.
And we can't be fearful. We have to step up.
That's it.
We really do.
Definitely. Yes. And it's like my mother, you know, my motivator, because as I labeled her Lord God in the book, I view her as greater for the fact that she is present. You can talk to God and hope for results. This woman got results. And because of her leadership, that's why I'm still in the game at 66.
Okay.
And going
Okay.
strong, man.
All right. And we respect that because all of us share our tender moments with our mom, and we know that it's powerful. Here we're going to give you that mother outlook, that coming, mind you, connecting from a man. We're getting the story about how women can make this world better from a male. How women, even including me, we got to get together and do something more for our sons and daughters.
Exactly.
So we're going to wrap it up now.
Yes.
I'm going to thank you. Get your hands on that book.
Yes.
Put that book up again.
Yeah. Yes, this is it.
Only
man.
women can save the world.
That's it.
Get your
This is
hands
it.
on that book.
Get your hands on it.
And then let's start taking action to make the world better.
Exactly.
Thank
exactly.
you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for just making this happen. Thank
And
you
this is
so
going to
much.
show all around the world. Watch it. Get this book, everybody. Everybody, get this book. Thank you so much.
B.E.A.T.